Imagine this. Your brain, the most complex supercomputer known, is running a critical operating system update, but it's stuck. You feel the slowdown, the glitches, names forgotten, thoughts scattered, that frustrating brain fog clouding your sharpest moments. If you're over 40, you've likely dismissed these as inevitable signs of aging, a natural decline in your mental processing power. But what if I told you this isn't just wear and tear, but a silent, insidious software corruption happening within your brain's control center, one that can accelerate risks like cognitive decline and even dementia? This isn't about getting older. It's about a critical system failure that most people ignore until it's too late. In this video, you're going to learn 3 critical things. First, the hidden neuroinflammations that are silently degrading your brain's performance after 40. Second, the unexpected environmental signals that are disrupting your neural pathways. And third, 3 daily firmware updates you can implement today to restore your focus, sharpen your memory, and protect your brain's control center for decades to come. We've just touched upon the unsettling reality that your brain, the ultimate control center of your human engine, might be experiencing a silent software corruption rather than just simple wear and tear. This isn't just about forgetting where you left your keys. It's about a deeper, more insidious process that impacts everything from your decision-making to your emotional regulation. For men and women over 40, this cognitive slowdown is often dismissed as an inevitable part of aging, a kind of mental rust that we're told to simply accept. But what if these symptoms, the brain fog, the difficulty focusing, the memory lapses, are actually critical warning signals of underlying issues that can be addressed? The truth is, your brain is under attack from multiple fronts, and many of these attacks are silent, subtle, and often misunderstood. We're not talking about a sudden, catastrophic failure, but a gradual, chronic inflammation that erodes your neural pathways, much like a slow leak in your engine's cooling system can eventually lead to overheating and damage. This neuroinflammation is a key player in cognitive decline, yet it's rarely discussed in the context of daily brain health. It's a low-grade, persistent fire in your brain that disrupts communication between neurons, impairs memory formation, and makes sustained focus feel like an uphill battle. This isn't just a theory. Recent research, particularly from institutions like the Cleveland Clinic Lou Ruvo Center for Brain Health, highlights the profound connection between systemic inflammation and cognitive function. They've shown that chronic inflammation, often stemming from lifestyle factors, doesn't just affect your joints or your heart. It crosses the blood-brain barrier, triggering an immune response within your brain. This response, while initially protective, becomes damaging when prolonged, leading to the very symptoms of brain fog and cognitive fatigue that many over 40 experience. It's like your brain's internal alarm system is constantly blaring, draining its energy and resources, leaving little left for high-level thinking or memory recall. For women navigating perimenopause and menopause, the hormonal shifts add another layer of complexity. Estrogen, often seen primarily for its reproductive role, is also a powerful neuroprotectant. Its decline can exacerbate neuroinflammation and impact brain energy metabolism, leading to more pronounced brain fog, memory issues, and even mood disturbances. Similarly, for men, declining testosterone can affect brain health, contributing to reduced cognitive function and mental clarity. These hormonal changes are not just about hot flashes or fatigue. They are critical firmware updates that, if not managed, can leave your brain's control center vulnerable. The medical system, historically, has focused on treating overt neurological diseases rather than understanding the subtle early signs of cognitive decline that begin decades earlier. This leaves a significant gap in our understanding of how to maintain peak brain performance after 40. We're often told it's just stress or you're getting older, when in reality, there's a major engineering shift happening inside your brain, and no one has explained it to you this clearly. The sensation desired here is There is a major engineering shift happening inside my body, and no one ever explained it to me this clearly. In the next part, we're going to pull back the curtain on the specific environmental signals and hidden factors that are actively contributing to this neuroinflammation and how they're silently sabotaging your brain's control center. We've established that your brain's control center is vulnerable to neuroinflammation, a silent fire that degrades its performance. Now, let's pull back the curtain on the specific environmental signals and hidden factors that are actively contributing to this decline. These aren't just external threats. They are often deeply integrated into our modern lifestyles, quietly sabotaging your neural pathways and making sustained focus feel like a relic of the past. This is what science has recently discovered about brain aging that most people over 40 are never told. Think of your brain as a highly sophisticated network of circuits and processors. Just like any advanced system, it requires clean power, optimal operating temperature, and protection from interference. Many aspects of modern life are, unfortunately, creating significant signal noise and power fluctuations that disrupt this delicate balance. Here are 3 environmental signals that are quietly sabotaging your brain's control center. First, the chronic glucose roller coaster. We've talked about metabolic health and insulin resistance in previous episodes, but its impact on your brain's control center is profound and often underestimated. When your diet is consistently high in refined sugars and carbohydrates, your blood sugar levels spike and crash throughout the day. This constant glucose roller coaster creates oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain. Your brain cells become less efficient at utilizing glucose for energy, leading to energy deficits and impaired cognitive function. It's like your supercomputer is constantly being powered by an unstable electrical grid, leading to frequent brownouts and system crashes. Research from the National Institute on Aging has repeatedly linked chronic hyperglycemia and insulin resistance to an increased risk of cognitive impairment and Alzheimer's disease. Second, the sleep architecture breakdown. Sleep isn't just rest, it's your brain's nightly maintenance cycle. During deep sleep, your brain literally cleans itself, flushing out metabolic waste products and consolidating memories. After 40, many men and women experience a breakdown in their sleep architecture. Less deep sleep, more fragmented sleep, and often undiagnosed sleep apnea. This isn't just about feeling tired, it's about denying your brain the critical time it needs for repair and optimization. Without this nightly system defragmentation, waste products accumulate, neural connections weaken, and your cognitive performance suffers. It's like trying to run complex software on a computer that's never been rebooted or had its hard drive cleaned. A study published in Nature Communications highlighted how even one night of sleep deprivation can increase levels of brain proteins associated with Alzheimer's. Third, the digital overload and constant distraction. In our hyper-connected world, your brain is constantly bombarded with information and demands for attention. Notifications, emails, social media feeds. This digital overload forces your brain into a state of perpetual task switching, which is incredibly energy-intensive and inefficient. Your brain's prefrontal cortex, responsible for focus and executive function, becomes fatigued. This constant state of distraction impairs your ability to concentrate, reduces your working memory capacity, and makes it harder to engage in deep, meaningful thought. It's like trying to run multiple heavy applications simultaneously on an older computer, leading to constant freezing and slowdowns. Your brain's control center is simply overwhelmed by too many open tabs. These environmental signals are not just external stressors, they become internal disruptors, creating a fertile ground for neuroinflammation and cognitive decline. Understanding these factors is the first step towards recalibrating your brain's control center. This isn't about blaming technology or modern life. It's about intelligently navigating it to protect your most valuable asset. And this becomes even more important when you realize how these factors are silently accelerating the aging process of your brain and what specific firmware updates you can implement to reverse the trend. We'll dive into those practical strategies next. We've explored how the chronic glucose roller coaster, sleep architecture breakdown, and digital overload are silently sabotaging your brain's control center. These aren't just minor inconveniences. They are powerful forces accelerating neuroinflammation and cognitive decline. But the story doesn't end there. There are other insidious environmental signals that most people over 40 are completely unaware of, yet they are profoundly impacting your brain's ability to function optimally. Think of your brain as a highly sensitive biological sensor array. It's constantly receiving input from your internal and external environment, and these inputs dictate its performance. When these signals are disruptive or toxic, your brain's processing power diminishes, leading to the very symptoms of brain fog, poor memory, and lack of focus that we're trying to overcome. What science has recently discovered about these less obvious threats is truly eye-opening. Here are 3 less obvious environmental signals that silently degrade your brain's performance. First, chronic dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. Your brain is approximately 75% water, and even mild dehydration can significantly impair cognitive function. Water is essential for nutrient transport, waste removal, and maintaining the electrical conductivity necessary for neural communication. When you're even slightly dehydrated, your brain literally shrinks, and its ability to process information, focus, and recall memories diminishes. Electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium are the conductors of your brain's electrical system. An imbalance can disrupt neural signaling, leading to brain fog, fatigue, and even headaches. It's like your brain's wiring system is constantly short-circuiting due to insufficient fluid and mineral balance. Research from the University of Connecticut's Human Performance Laboratory has consistently shown that even mild dehydration can negatively impact mood, concentration, and memory. Second, the gut-brain axis disruption. Your gut, often called your second brain, is in constant communication with your actual brain. The trillions of microorganisms in your gut, your microbiome, produce neurotransmitters and other compounds that directly influence brain health, mood, and cognitive function. When your gut microbiome is imbalanced, often due to poor diet, stress, or antibiotic use, it can lead to increased inflammation, a compromised gut barrier, and the release of toxins that can cross into the bloodstream and eventually impact the brain. This leaky gut can contribute to neuroinflammation, anxiety, and cognitive issues. It's like having a faulty sensor in your engine's exhaust system sending corrupted data to the main control unit, leading to widespread performance issues. Studies published in Cell Host and Microbe have highlighted the profound impact of gut dysbiosis on brain function and behavior. Third, sedentary lifestyle and lack of novelty. Your brain thrives on movement and new experiences. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, promotes the growth of new brain cells, neurogenesis, and enhances the connections between them. A sedentary lifestyle, common after 40, starves your brain of these vital stimuli. Furthermore, your brain is designed to learn and adapt. When your daily routine becomes monotonous, lacking novelty and intellectual challenge, your brain's neural pathways can become less active and less resilient. It's like a high-performance engine that's left idling in the garage for too long. Its components begin to stiffen, and its systems become less responsive. Research from the University of British Columbia has shown that regular aerobic exercise can increase the size of the hippocampus, the brain area involved in memory and learning. These less obvious environmental signals are powerful determinants of your brain's health and performance. Ignoring them is akin to neglecting critical maintenance checks on your engine, leading to a gradual but inevitable decline in its control center. The sensation desired here is, finally someone is showing me the science behind what I feel in my own body. But understanding these problems is only half the battle. In the next part, we're going to transition from diagnosis to action, providing you with concrete, actionable firmware updates and daily habits to recalibrate your brain's control center and restore your mental sharpness. We've peeled back the layers on the hidden software glitches and insidious environmental signals that are silently degrading your brain's control center. From the glucose roller coaster to chronic dehydration and gut dysbiosis, these factors create a hostile environment for optimal cognitive function. But understanding the problem is only the first step. Now it's time to become the active engineer of your brain's health, implementing precise firmware updates and daily habits that can recalibrate your neural pathways and restore your mental sharpness. This isn't about expensive nootropics or complex protocols. It's about fundamental science-backed strategies that optimize your brain's internal environment, allowing it to perform at its peak. Think of these as essential maintenance checks and system upgrades for your most vital control unit. The goal is to reduce neuroinflammation, enhance neural communication, and protect your brain from future degradation. Here are 3 essential firmware updates for your brain's control center that you can implement today. First, master your blood sugar for brain stability. The chronic glucose roller coaster is a major culprit in brain fog and cognitive decline. The firmware update here is to stabilize your blood sugar throughout the day. This means prioritizing protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich, non-starchy vegetables at every meal. Avoid refined carbohydrates and sugary drinks, which cause rapid spikes and crashes. Consider incorporating complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes or quinoa in moderation, paired with protein and fat to slow absorption. This creates a steady fuel supply for your brain, preventing the energy deficits and inflammatory responses that impair focus and memory that empower brainouts and system crashes. Research from the University of California, San Francisco consistently highlights the benefits of a low glycemic diet for cognitive health and reduced risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Second, optimize your sleep architecture with a non-negotiable routine. Your brain's nightly maintenance cycle is non-negotiable. The firmware update for sleep involves creating a consistent, non-negotiable sleep routine. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. This means going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every day, even on weekends. Create a power-down routine an hour before bed. Dim the lights, avoid screens, and engage in relaxing activities like reading a physical book or meditating. Ensure your bedroom is dark, cool, and quiet. If you suspect sleep apnea, consult a doctor. Prioritizing sleep is like giving your brain's operating system its essential nightly defragmentation and error checking, allowing it to flush toxins, consolidate memories, and prepare for optimal performance the next day. Studies from the University of Rochester Medical Center have illuminated the critical role of the glymphatic system, active during sleep, in clearing waste products from the brain. Third, implement strategic movement and novelty for neural growth. Your brain thrives on movement and new challenges. The firmware update here involves 2 components: consistent physical activity and deliberate novelty. Engage in at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic exercise per week, combined with 2 to 3 sessions of strength training. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, delivers vital nutrients, and stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, often called miracle-grow for the brain. Additionally, deliberately seek out novelty. Learn a new skill, take a different route to work, engage in intellectually stimulating hobbies, or even just try a new recipe. This forces your brain to create new neural pathways and strengthens existing ones, enhancing its resilience and adaptability. It's like constantly upgrading your engine's internal components and challenging its processing unit with new tasks, keeping it sharp and responsive. Research from the University of Illinois has demonstrated how aerobic fitness is directly linked to improved cognitive function and brain structure. These 3 firmware updates are powerful tools for recalibrating your brain's control center. They address the root causes of neuroinflammation and cognitive decline, providing your brain with the optimal environment to thrive. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about building sustainable habits that protect and enhance your mental sharpness for decades. But there's another layer to this that most people over 40 are never told: how to integrate specific dietary components and stress regulation techniques to further amplify these cognitive benefits, creating a truly holistic approach to maintaining a high-performance brain. We'll go there next. We've laid the critical groundwork for recalibrating your brain's control center, focusing on blood sugar stability, optimized sleep, and strategic movement with novelty. These are the core firmware updates that address the root causes of cognitive decline. But a high-performance brain, much like a high-performance engine, benefits from a holistic approach. To truly amplify these cognitive benefits and ensure your brain's resilience, we need to integrate specific dietary components and master stress regulation. These are the final yet crucial pieces for a fully optimized neural network. Think of your brain as a delicate ecosystem. It requires specific nutrients to thrive and a calm, stable environment to process information efficiently. Without these, even the best firmware updates can be undermined. Chronic stress, in particular, is a powerful neurotoxin, constantly flooding your brain with chemicals that impair memory and focus. Here are 3 additional firmware updates for your brain's control center, focusing on nutrition and stress regulation. First, fuel your brain with targeted nutrients and healthy fats. Your brain is largely made of fat and has specific nutritional demands. The firmware update here is to consciously incorporate brain-boosting nutrients into your daily diet. Prioritize omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, or in supplements like high-quality fish oil. Omega-3s are crucial for brain cell membrane integrity, reducing inflammation and supporting neurotransmitter function. Include antioxidants from colorful fruits and vegetables, berries, leafy greens, to combat oxidative stress. Don't shy away from healthy fats like avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. These provide sustained energy and building blocks for brain health. It's like providing your brain's delicate circuitry with the exact high-grade materials it needs to function and repair itself, rather than cheap, ineffective substitutes. Research from the Rush University Medical Center consistently links diets rich in these nutrients, like the MIND diet, to slower rates of cognitive decline. Second, cultivate a resilient gut-brain axis. We discussed how gut dysbiosis can send corrupted signals to your brain. The firmware update here is to actively support a healthy gut microbiome. Incorporate fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, and yogurt, sugar-free, into your diet. These introduce beneficial bacteria that produce compounds supporting brain health. Also, feed your gut bacteria with prebiotics, fiber-rich foods like onions, garlic, asparagus, and oats. A healthy gut reduces systemic inflammation, strengthens the gut barrier, and ensures proper communication along the gut-brain axis. It's like ensuring the communication lines between your brain's control center and its second brain in the gut are crystal clear, free from static and interference. Studies in gastroenterology continue to reveal the profound impact of gut health on neurological and psychological well-being. Third, implement daily stress regulation for neural protection. Chronic stress is a silent neurotoxin, constantly bathing your brain in cortisol, which can damage the hippocampus, your memory center, and impair executive function. The firmware update here is to integrate a daily, non-negotiable stress regulation practice. This isn't about eliminating stress, which is impossible, but about changing your brain's response to it. Practices like mindfulness meditation, deep diaphragmatic breathing, spending time in nature, or even just 10-15 minutes of quiet reflection can significantly lower cortisol levels and activate your parasympathetic nervous system, promoting a state of calm and clarity. It's like installing a sophisticated stress dampener in your brain's control center, preventing it from constantly redlining and protecting its delicate components from overload. Research from Harvard Medical School has shown that mindfulness meditation can actually change the structure of the brain, increasing gray matter in areas associated with learning and memory. These 3 additional firmware updates, targeted nutrition, gut health, and stress regulation, work synergistically with blood sugar control, sleep, and movement. They create a powerful, multifaceted approach to protecting and enhancing your brain's control center. You're not just preventing breakdowns, you're building a brain designed for sustained focus, sharp memory, and enduring cognitive resilience, ensuring your human engine runs with lucidity and precision for decades to come. We've journeyed deep into the intricate workings of your brain's control center, uncovering the silent software corruptions and environmental signals that can degrade its performance. We've moved beyond simply accepting brain fog and memory lapses as just aging to understanding the powerful firmware updates you can implement to restore focus, sharpen memory, and protect your most vital asset. This isn't about avoiding decline. It's about actively building a brain that thrives for decades. If you found this information valuable, if it has sparked a new sense of clarity and empowerment about your cognitive health, if you're ready to stop accepting brain drain as an inevitable part of getting older, and if you want to be part of a community of men and women over 40 who are committed to running their bodies and their brains like high-performance machines with lucidity, autonomy, and energy, not just accumulating years, then I invite you to join us. Hit that subscribe button right now. It's not just about getting more videos. It's about becoming part of a movement that believes in extending your healthy years, not just your lifespan, and equipping yourself with the knowledge to make it happen. Now, let's quickly tie together the core concepts we've explored and give you a tangible vision of what's possible when you start recalibrating your brain's control center. Remember, your brain isn't broken. It's often just miscalibrated, running on suboptimal inputs and outdated maintenance routines. By understanding its needs and making targeted, consistent adjustments, you can profoundly impact your cognitive trajectory. Imagine this. In 7 days, by simply implementing a consistent sleep routine and prioritizing protein and healthy fats at your first meal, you could start noticing a significant reduction in morning brain fog and a more sustained sense of mental clarity throughout your day. Your brain's control center will begin to feel less sluggish, more responsive to its inputs. In 30 days, consistent blood sugar management, daily strategic movement, and integrating a simple stress regulation practice could lead to sharper focus, improved memory recall, and a noticeable decrease in those frustrating moments of mental blankness. Your brain will start to feel smoother, more robust, and more resilient to daily demands. In 90 days, with dedicated effort and adherence to these principles, you could experience a profound shift in your cognitive performance with enhanced problem-solving abilities, greater mental endurance, and a noticeable improvement in your overall mood and mental well-being. You'll feel more in control of your thoughts, your memory, and your ability to learn than you have in years. You'll have upgraded your brain's firmware, making it a more efficient and resilient processing unit. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistent, informed action. It's about taking back the reins of your cognitive health and becoming the master engineer of your own brain. The knowledge you've gained today is a powerful tool, but it's only truly powerful when applied. This is your opportunity to rewrite your brain's story, not just for preventing decline, but for true, enduring mental sharpness. In our final block, we'll reflect on the deeper meaning of this journey and leave you with a powerful thought to carry forward, solidifying your commitment to your brain's control center. We've journeyed through the intricate landscape of your brain's control center, from understanding the silent software corruptions and environmental signals to implementing precise firmware updates for optimal cognitive performance. We've explored how blood sugar stability, sleep architecture, targeted nutrition, gut health, movement, and stress regulation are not just about physical well-being, but about building a foundation for true mental sharpness and resilience. Remember this fundamental truth. You weren't given a broken brain. You were given one that needs precise maintenance, not blame. Your brain, this incredible supercomputer, is designed for resilience, for learning, and for decades of high-level processing. The cognitive shifts you experience after 40 are not necessarily a sign of inevitable decline, but often a clear call for a different kind of attention, a more informed and proactive approach to its care. The transformation we've discussed today isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming mental clarity, focus, and a profound sense of cognitive autonomy. It's about moving from a state of quiet struggle with brain fog and memory lapses to one of empowered control and intentional optimization. It's about understanding that the sustained focus, the sharp memory, the mental energy you desire are not out of reach. They are simply waiting for you to make the right adjustments, to provide the right inputs, and to perform the necessary maintenance and firmware updates. This isn't just about avoiding cognitive decline. It's about embracing a life lived with full mental power, with a sharp mind, and with the freedom to pursue what truly matters to you, unburdened by mental fatigue or scattered thoughts. It's about extending your healthy years, not just your lifespan, ensuring that your brain's control center runs optimally for every single one of them. You have the blueprint now. You have the tools. The choice to apply them, to become the master engineer of your own brain, is yours. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the human engine. If this video resonated with you, if it sparked a new understanding, or if it simply made you feel less alone in your experience, then I ask you to do 3 things. First, if you haven't already, subscribe to the Human Engine. Join our growing community of proactive individuals who are committed to mastering their health and unlocking their full potential. Second, share this video with at least 3 to 5 people over 40 whom you care about. They might be experiencing these same silent struggles, and this information could be the catalyst they need to upgrade their own brains. And finally, leave a sincere comment below. Tell me what resonated most with you, what change you're excited to implement, or suggest a topic for our next deep dive into the intricate mechanics of your amazing human engine. Until next time, keep optimizing.